Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming. We're back here in Prison Architect, and this is going to be the start of a new prison series. We are here in this prison, which is my Gang Wars Alpha 34 to 36 and version 1.0 prison, because I plan to sell it. And I plan to sell it because, of course, it is worth $1.77 million. And for those who might be interested in wanting to play this prison or checking it out on the workshop, downloading it for escape mode, well, you can do it now. I'll have a link down in the description where you can, of course, download this prison, subscribe to it, and have fun with it. Anyway, $1.77 million. It's the biggest prison, the most valued prison that I've ever gone. So, yep, we are going to sell it. It also gives us an achievement, which is, of course, to sell a prison worth at least $1 million. Anyway, there we go. We've sold the prison. We have here funds, $1.77 million. We are playing on a large map. This is going to be a 1,000 prisoner prison. There is an achievement for that, and that's primarily my main motivation to starting this new series. I didn't really want to jump into one of my existing prisons to try to hack in an extra 500 prisoners, but yep, so we are going to start with fog of war, generate forests. We're not going to do lakes, they're still experimental. Generate buildings, I've not really found these to be useful, so, I'm not going to play with them. Failure conditions, I'm not sure if I care for failure conditions. Oh, no, it's the events that I don't care for. Causes events to occur during the game to keep you on your toes, adds extra challenge and an element of unpredictability. For the most part, all the events are negative. There's nothing really positive that comes out of them. Even the massive prisoner intake that you will randomly get doesn't get you any money, so even though you did get money per day from them, you kind of have to suddenly build a whole lot of holding cells or a lot of cells, and so you kind of lose out there. Gangs, I'm thinking of playing with gangs with this prison. What I'm not going to be doing is editing in gang leaders, so we'll see where the gangs go themselves, whether we have to really worry about them or not. What I'll probably be doing as well, as in the last prison, is of course sending all gang members to Supermax. Just keeping them elsewhere, keeping them on their own, letting them kill each other, and not impacting the rest of the prison, so I don't have to worry about that. I kind of liked how that was, and yeah, this doesn't make any sense because, $1.77 million. So that's the options for our new prison. Now we get to choose from one of 6 wardens. We can either choose the warden, who is the most balanced individual on the planet. He does his job and nothing else. People just call him the warden. There is also the lobbyist. The lobbyist has friends in high places and makes sure the more easily controlled prisoners end up coming his way. It halves the likelihood of receiving prisoners who are violent, lethal, volatile, deadly, or fighters. There is Rita, who is ruthless and terrifying. Rita has a reputation for running her facilities through judicial application of fear. Rumors of her carrying a whip may be exaggerated. Halves the likelihood of prisoners being stoical or fearless. Prisoners are suppressed twice as quickly. That's potentially interesting. So these two, either you get half of these numbers, or half the likelihood of receiving these kind of prisoners, or half the likelihood of receiving these, but you also get a little bit more suppression there, which could be potentially nice. It means that riots will be over a little bit quicker. And yeah, so there's also J.W. Periwinkle. Warden Periwinkle says he was a sapper in the war. He never says which war specifically, but he certainly knows everything about digging tunnels. And with him, guard dogs have a 50% chance of fully uncovering any tunnels they detect. So that is potentially good. So 50% of every tunnels ever detected. Kind of nice. So that's something I am leaning towards. I did check out these before recording this video, so I have a rough idea of the various wardens. For those who have actually been watching various other series since version 1.0 got released. You probably know what all these are, so I'm not showing you anything new anyway. The pacifier. The pacifier has an unusual talent for being able to calm even the most violent individuals. Even being in the same room as him is enough to make people docile and compliant. It reduces the overall temperature of your prison, making your inmates less likely to cause trouble. That is potentially interesting. You know, when you have the heat meter, it reduces it overall. So that's something I might consider. Some of these are pretty good. They're nice little benefits without necessarily any downsides. So I'm not sure why you would choose him, because, you know, they don't really come with any negatives. Finally, there is Safara Aknova. Safara Aknova has a spotless reputation and a squeaky clean record, but behind the scenes, shady deals and under the table offerings are nothing uncommon for her. She gets a small cut of the resale value of each piece of contraband found, which could be potentially interesting. And of course, prisoners found with contraband will be fined directly from their savings, so you can make a little bit of money from contraband in your prison. It would be interesting if you can create other wardens that you can upload, say, to the Steam Workshop, potentially. So, you know, you could never know what kind of things might pop up where you could potentially play around with. So, I don't really care about, I don't really mind having these kind of characters. Suppressed would be nice for a quiet prison. Although, what fun would a quiet prison be? So, what I am thinking of doing, I kind of like this, uncovering the tunnels that they detect. I'm considering this as well. Depends exactly on how much the contraband is worth, so you never know. Pacifier. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to choose this. JW Periwinkle. Yeah, we're going to try to detect when tunnels show up. I don't think I had many tunnels in my last prison, but we'll see how things go. Anyway, as mentioned, we started off with $1.77 million on a large map. I will definitely be expanding it because I do plan to, of course, have a 1,000 prisoner prison. Anyway, let's get started. And we have a total of $1.8 million after, of course, our initial $30,000 grant. So what we can do is come in here, and what I might do is spend a bit of time off screen just to do some measurements and try to figure things out. I'm probably not going to do much in the way of a full design off screen, but I just need to sort things out. Anyway, be back in just a moment. Alright, so I'm back, and I just had to lay out a few basics before I got started with the prison as a whole. And so far what I have here is, this is going to be the visitor center with the essentials, the parole, visitors rooms, the classroom, and chapel. I'm probably going to have a canteen here or a second canteen somewhere else. Probably one here. Going to have a kitchen here, so, you know, stuff coming in, we'll get to the kitchen pretty quickly, and then if I decide to put a second canteen somewhere else, you know, I can have my guys delivering food. But I wanted to keep this very self-contained, right near the entrance. I'm going to force everyone to come in through this entrance, much like I had with my previous prison, and there is going to be no way that visitors will, like, randomly wander through the prison, with, I guess, perhaps the exception of, say, protective custody or something. But I'll probably have them up here like I usually do. Protective custody and death row, I'll have them come in through here and out through there, so that's not going to be a concern. But yeah, there's only going to be one way in, one way out, and then they feed directly into here. I've dedicated 2 power stations plus water here. We're going to have a reception room here. This is just going to be an open area. The office is down here with yeah, this is going to be wardens. This is going to be a staff room. Reception here, holding cell here, and then this is going to be a main hallway. I have a hallway like this. I haven't decided where I'm going to take it, but I will go from there. But this is going to be the initial layout of the prison. I have a wall here, outer wall, a 10 gap, second wall, and I'm going to be expanding to the north. I'm going to be expanding to the south. I'll most likely also be expanding to the left as well as across the road. And so yeah, I just need to get things unlocked, so that's what I'm going to do. So we have $1.8 million. Our workmen are on the way, and I might as well get started with foundations. We will start the office block first. Actually, I'm going to do this. We might as well also do this and that, get the water set up. I'm also going to do let's just, yeah, why not do this as well. And that. I can always do this afterwards, but just let our workmen get on with that. We will speed time up. I'm also going to hire another 7, 8. And our workmen will get the stuff they need. We have some more trucks coming in. And I have a super big deliveries area, a large garbage area. I can always make more delivery areas necessary. Also have deliveries over here, which will be expanded, and exports over here. Hopefully this will allow things to get in and out pretty quickly. Our workmen are working on that. And I'm just going to sell these just so our workmen don't waste the time getting the stuff over to exports. So grab that as well. And so what we are going to want to do, yep, they're working on this. I was going to hire a few more workmen, but they'll be done pretty quickly, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. And there we go. That is almost... Oh, before let's turn off the auto lights. And they bought me some lights. Alright, so what I'm going to want to do, utilities, we are going to put down the water pumping station here. Oh, I got rid of my planning marks. Alright, so what I was going to have is rooms, office. I think I was giving the warden an extra big office, a 5x4. We are going to put down, actually no, this is going to be concrete wall, because there's going to be actually a door out there. We're going to have staff door. And yeah, this is the version 1.1, so there is bunk beds. There is dormitories, which are kind of a multi-prisoner cell room. And minimum size is 2x3, enclosed, surrounded by walls and doors, indoors, with bed, bunk bed, and of course, toilet. Anyway, the office, we are going to put in office desk, and I'm going to just put them right there. Filing cabinet, let's say go right there. Chair right there. That should be done pretty quickly. And yeah, we are going to need lights. I'm going to do that. We are going to grab the warden, throw him in there, and then we are going to specify that the warden, Mr. Periwinkle, is going to do finance first. We'll get that started, and actually, yeah, 6 hours. So this is all the default time. And we are going to want to put in some jail doors. One right there, one right there. There's going to be one right here, one right here, one right here. There's going to be one right there. And then staff door there. Staff door there. We're going to put in concrete wall. Like that. And is he not done? They're not done that yet. Okay. Alright, so we can designate some rooms. We have a reception right here. We have holding cell right here. We're going to have offices, which I probably could put down. Yep. Let's put them down. And this is going to be, where is it? Staff room. Staff room is going to be right here. We'll make that a staff room. And we might as well set up, not office desk, wide sofa and drink machines. I'm going to put one drink machine, and we can put down 2 wide sofas, $300 a piece. We have $1.773 million. We are going to want to put down utilities. Let's put down both power stations. There and there. We are also going to put down our capacitor. That will connect that up. And electrical cable. I'm going to run this through to here. Up this way. To about here. We're going to want to run the large pipe to there, and so that's been taken care of. And we got a Polaroid, found 162 of 177. So the warden is getting on with that. I'm not going to be able to hire anyone else, so that is fine. What I'm going to do is set up the next office. Same thing, chair, and we are going to put the filing cabinet there. They'll get started on that. And I might as well put in lights. Alright, so we have lights in there. They are working on the electricity. I just brought in a few electrical cables there. We do have workmen doing absolutely nothing, so we might as well, of course, build the next set of... Yeah, let's just do this, plus this, and for now, we might as well do that. And yeah, I need to figure out a plan for the rest of the prison where I want to have the cells and all that, but yeah, we want to get done these things. Yeah, we are going to want to have table. I need office desk. Right there. We are going to need chair. And I have this, yeah, running up to here. So I'm going to want to have this in this part of the prison. So that's what I might as well do. We are going to run power in through here to there. I'm going to run pipe through to here. And overall, we are coming along fine. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Finance is 72% of the way. We are going to want to have, I'm thinking security. We'll also want to do maintenance. I don't know in which order. Legal eventually. I want prison policy and micromanagement. One thing I'll have to do off screen is, of course, take a look at this and what I want to do. But I may end the episode here, but I will finish putting in walls before we end things off. And finance is at 90%. I'll probably wait until finance is complete and I can hire not a secretary, the accountant. 95%. Let's speed it up just a bit. 97, 98, 99. There we go. We got the accountant. Exceeds daily budget. Really? 200 per day. Oh, that's not good. You know what? Workmen. How much are they per day? 100 per day? Let's fire one of these. And then we will hire the accountant. That was a little bit of wasted money. But we got the accountant now. And not the prison grading screen. The bureaucracy screen. So we will want to do land expansion first, although that's going to be 12 hours. We could do tax relief. No, I'm not going to do that. I want the land grant first, and then the extra grant. Bank loan actually turns out to be really nicely, although, yeah, I unlocked it. I'll be unlocking every bureaucracy in here. So, yeah, about that. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode of Prison Architect, where our workmen are doing absolutely nothing. Anyway, I'll pause it here, and I'll say thank you for watching this episode of Prison Architect, the first episode of my new 1,000-prisoner prison. I've never gone to 1,000 prisoners. I've only gone to the 500 prisoners because, of course, there hasn't been the grants to go beyond 500 prisoners. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Prison Architect. My name is Scott for SB Gaming, and as always, have a good day.